Okay, well, this is a video about yet another CB550. Not restoring this one. This is one that I was going to restore, and I just throw it back together and make it back into a motorcycle. So I took it apart years ago, put the parts in my attic, the engine went out in the shed, and I threw it back together, and I'm just going to sell it as a base for a restoration. So yeah, this would be a quick one, and go ahead and watch. See ya. Okay, so in aid of moving, I'm trying to clear out this mess that's up here. Kind of like pan around to the mess. Like there's so much stuff up here. So what I started with at first was mini bikes, and then I moved on to Honda CB550s, and at one point I had 8 of them. There's 4 up here taken apart, and I even bought parts for some of them. I'm going to fix up one more, but the other 3 are going to go. This is one of the ones that's going to go. This is a Honda CB550F, the Super Sport. It was so trashed that the rear rim, I remember, like had holes in it from the rust. So here's the frame, forks, and that blue bin over there is filled with the pieces of it, and I wrote down and tagged what goes in it, and the engine is out in the shed. So my daughter and I are going to pull this thing down, put it together, and I'm going to sell it as a project. I did go through the process of getting a title for it, so I can sell it in Massachusetts as a project bike that has a title. Probably like $400, something like that. And yeah, that's that. So that's what we're going to do. Are you near me?
Yep.
Right. Yeah, so I'm not very good with a torch. I haven't used one very much. So it says to settle in first. Light it. Okay. It's probably a lot.
Welcome to playing with fire. Carl.
Alright. I'm gonna heat up this tube. See if I can get this brake thing to move. Honey, go open the top drawer of that black tool chest and get the big sledgehammer thing. No, left. That one. Yep. You open the door, the garage door. It's over there, the button. There it is.
So we're stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, so over on the floor here, pick it up and just hand it to me. Well, it's the whole thing. Strap it. Yeah, so over here on the floor are all the little bags when I took this thing apart of everything, and then I'm looking for the rear shock bolts, and here they are, rear shock bolts. So now I have, excuse me, rear shock bolts. So we got the swing arm on. Did we even show that?
The swinger?
Yeah, I don't think we did.
Where is it?
This. Did we show us putting that in?
No, we didn't.
Alright. Okay, so it goes in here. Etc. Etc. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, a couple of beat the hell bolts. Oh, washer. Oops. Can they see this?
Yep.
Okay. See if you can thread that in a little bit. Then take this washer and that and put it on here. It goes on there. Maybe it doesn't.
Can't tell which one I'm doing. I'll put that on.
Right. Get those washers. Don't go on there. You have to like thread them on like a nut. Alright, it's probably recorded enough of that. Battery. Go ahead. Oh, hold on. You can really do some damage with this. Yep, keep going. Alright, keep going. Wait. Yeah, keep going. I can see it, go ahead. Alright. I think this might go over there.
Oh God.
Yeah. I got this on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Hold the phone. Alright, good.
Does this go down here? Up here?
That goes
Through there?
here. Yeah. I think it goes in the front of it. That?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Might go on the other side. I think this is flat and this is also flat, so we should go on that side.
This is gonna come over. I think there was two spacers.
Right there.
I don't. This doesn't look right though.
Hold on, let me do the spacer.
Go. So what I'm going to do, so I took the races out of the frame and I threw away the neck bearings in anticipation of buying new ones. So what I'm going to do, I don't think I have any new ones. Do I have old ones in one of the other frames that I can jam in there? I also took the bearing race off of here, and I have the bearing race from the top. So I need the inner races, and I need that race, and all the bearing balls. That means a lot of digging around in boxes upstairs. What else can we put on it? So on this CB550 project bike, I was stuck on not having steering stem bearings because when I stripped it, put it away to do it as a project later, I knew I was going to have it sandblasted and powder coated. So I punched out the braces and the ball bearings and threw them all away. So I had to buy on eBay a used set, 17 bucks. Bearings up here all set. somewhere along the way I misplaced or mixed up which grab bar I'm supposed to use. This grab bar, because of this mount point right here, makes the bar run into the back of this style rear tail light. There's another one that doesn't have this big brace, it just goes up like this. That must be the K model. This is the Super Sport. So anyway, I had this one. I mean, this one is I believe is the correct one. It's quite a bit of variety. It took me a while to figure out just putting the foot peg on there. Alright, so I'm showing this as like an example of how much of a pain in the ass it is when we take something apart and put it together 3 years later, 2 or 3 years later. So the Super Sport, there's a difference between the K model and the Super Sport. This is the Super Sport style grab bar and fender, and it has a smaller, more sporty looking seat. I don't have a Super Sport seat, so I was going to sell it with this. With the seat on it, which is a K model seat, and I don't believe it's gonna fit. So you can see this K model one, it doesn't have that big arch, so the grab bar mounts lower. Might curve away more. I'm gonna try putting that and that on and see if it fits with the seat. It's a pretty nice seat. Okay, so I think I have a solution to the seat dilemma. That should be good. The K model fender, K model grab bar, and K model seat on a Super Sport. Alright, so I'm putting the exhaust on this. This is a 2-into-2 or 4-into-2 exhaust that I got a couple of years ago. It's been sitting around. One side of it is kind of damaged. This side's pretty nice. But luckily I labeled these because I remember it was really confusing trying to figure out what goes where. This is like a header pipe. And, you know, sticks into a baffle. There's the other baffle right there. So, let's see if I can get this on there. Looks like you can't use the side stand if you have to see on there. Is it like that? No, because that would get in the way of the shifter. I swear I figured this out. That's okay. Alright, well, put the exhaust on there. A lot of finagling and bending, and it's reasonably straight. Looks fine. I mean, this is going to be $500-600 bike. So this headlight bucket, this chrome one, some kind of an aftermarket, and it was out on extensions, little pieces of metal that someone made. And now I see why. Because, I hope I'm showing this. These were out on extensions. If you try to put the key lock in, it doesn't fit. There's no space. It's supposed to go like that, slip under there, and there's no space. So, since I have a plethora of them, I have another one, I'll put that one in. Alright, so got this new bucket in place, got the speedo and tack in there, the ignition is there, all these wires connect together, I'm not sure how much of the electrical I'm going to try to hook up. It would be nice if I could get it to spin over with the start button. I'm not going to hold my breath, but if I could turn it on, throw a battery in it, turn it on, neutral, oil comes on, spins over, I think that would go a long way. Even if I could get the ignition to work, spray starting fluid in there, and boom, the engine lights off, that'll increase the selling price. Alright, so the amount of stuff to go back on this is kind of getting smaller. The carbs, I don't know if these are the carbs that were on it, but they seem to be complete. I took them and stuck them in the parts washer for 2 days, which is just diesel. And so I may try to see whether I can get them moving or functional somehow. It'd kind of be nice if I could get it so turn the key on and the neutral switch and oil light come on and it spins with the starter button. And then it'd be even better if I could shoot some starting fluid in there and have it go vroom. That would make it easier to sell. Anyway, so a little bag here that says coils. So those are the bolts that hold the coils on. So I'll put those on next. Then it's this electrical plate. And I know that this is battery box, but I already put some battery box bolts in there. I think that's a usable starter solenoid. I don't know whether this one works. I'll test it. I think that's the positive cable, even though it's black. And that's the negative cable. Here's the fuse box. And it's missing a fuse. White, red, blue, white, brown, white. Red, blue. Okay, red, blue, blue. So this is the headlight. This is the tail light. This is the main. And that doesn't look too great. A couple of bolts that hold that on. I think they're there already. Yeah, here they are here. Right. And so I got the rest of the wiring harness here. That kind of goes in this area. This part hooks up to the tail light and turn signals in the back. This is for the rear brake switch, I think. No, that's the starter solenoid. And then this is for the points and the rear brake switch. And this is from the points. Okay, so put the cable, coils in, electrical box in, and put the positive and negative battery cable in. And then I'll start hooking up this stuff. So this is it's funny, on this one, the handlebar connections all go here, and they hook into the harness here. On some of the other bikes, they all go into the headlight. Not on this one. Super Sport, they go over here. All right. Alright, let's see if either of these starter solenoids work. There's a little bit of spark. It doesn't seem to work. Nothing. How about this one? So the problem is this crappy little battery that I have for testing things has gone bad. So I pulled out a big bad boy from one of the KC1000s, and now this is a good one. That's a good one. And then this is an electrical panel I went upstairs and got. That one's good. So, have a good thingamajig there. Yeah, I'm curious if this flash is any good. Yep, so that's a good flasher. So if I need a flasher, I can use that one. So I don't know if the camera picked up this, but this flasher's good. You can hear it making the noise. Click, 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 click. This one's on its last leg. So, right. So this is the positive battery cable. This is the starter cable. So this is the stator and, yeah, the stator. Okay. Alright, so now the main wiring harness. This one I know goes in here. And this goes in here. So I believe it goes under this. Yeah, it's under there. And this one comes around. Okay, there's that one. And now this one. That actually looks kind of clean. Let's try to give it some chance of making connections. Okay. Right, so that's all plugged in, and then this part here goes like that. And starter solenoid, diode or something. Alright, so I'm going to hook a bunch of things up. I'm not going to bother showing it because it's going to take a while. I've got to get all those hooked up to all of these. This is the points. Got to connect that back up. I think that might be the horn. Yeah, here's the horn. So the horn goes in there. And then these all go in here. And plug wire 1, plug wire 2. Alright, well, I'm going to do a bunch of connecting of stuff. And I'll bring it back if anything works. Okay, update. So, with the help of a wiring diagram and about 2 hours of work, I've got everything back up. Some of the stuff is working, some is not. Oil light works, the neutral switch is not working. Left turn signal, front and rear work. On the right, that one's not working, but that one is. If you push this button all the way to the left even more, or right even more, then the tail light starts flashing. I don't know what's up with that. But those indicators seem to work. The high low beam switch is frozen. The headlight should be on maybe when it's running, but I'm not sure about that on this particular model. But what the starter switch does not work, so I put a KDX80 starter. It's got oil in it, it's got oil pressure, and it didn't initially have spark, but I filed the points, And first 1 and 4 came back, and then 2 and 3 came back. So I'm going to spray some starting fluid in it and see if it goes vroom. Where is my fire extinguisher? Alright, well, yeah, this is it. It's as far as I'm going to take it. I, made a video of it starting on starting fluid. I'm just going to bother. I mean, if I get it running, who knows? Maybe I can't get it running properly. It's a waste of time. It has to be all restored anyway. I'm going to sell it for like $650. And I think I'll go do that now. Okay, so that was the 1977 Honda CB550F Super Sport with K model parts on it, and got a bunch of inquiries about it, but nobody committed. It just turned really cold here in Massachusetts. We've got like a dusting of snow. It's how it starts. It's the beginning of December. Nobody's really thinking motorcycle right now, but I'll probably. If I do anything else to it, maybe I'll make a video about it if I go ahead and get it running. People don't want to just commit, but I put it up for $500, and I got a bunch of tire kicker kind of people. Nobody committed. I'll leave that one for sale for a bit. Kind of don't want to have it taking up space. It's right here. but whatever. So that one will be out of here pretty quickly. I have 3 others up in the attic. One of them I think I will save because I have some nice wheels for it. And the other 2 I will get rid of. Alright, well, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching and see you later.